All right, everybody, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is, straight up energy rating. This is Mars in Taurus. And I said this goes with the new moon reading, right, that I did back Thursday, I think it was. It also ties, if you look at the home page of the blog, I've tied the next three readings together even because they're energies that pop off and blend together. It's sort of like if you were doing a recipe and you had to add certain ingredients, but you had to add them in a specific order. It's not the order that they go into their signs in, but it is the order of the flow of energy. So a couple of them are playing catch up and one of them goes in first. That being said, those three energies are Mars, Venus, and Mercury. Right? Mercury goes into Gemini, Venus goes into Cancer, Mars goes into Taurus. And it all ties to the new moon in Taurus, and it all works together as one big giant cookie recipe. It's a delicious cookie. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you about this energy. What you're going to hear, okay, all kinds of practical things. Yeah, I know what you're going to hear from everybody else about Mars and Taurus. How about from me? This energy, one of the things I love about this energy, you're going to hear all kinds of things, but it requires proof. Mars in Taurus wants proof, which is beautiful. That being said, this energy, you're going to dig. You're going to say, well, that's fine that you say that. Give me some proof on it, right? Or you may find the proof yourself, and you will. You'll dig and you'll find it. It's a wonderful thing. In the soulmate cycle, well, I've got somebody here saying something to you. Something you've always wanted to hear. It's just on the surface, in the surface energy. I don't know who it is. It's a soulmate. It's Steve's Love Tarot. I'm pulling on the soulmate cycle. It's probably a soulmate. But it could be your runner. I don't know. It's something you've always wanted to hear. They're saying something that finally changes everything. It's crossed by the Ten of Cups. It's something you always wanted to hear. It makes you happy, but there's a bit of a pie in the sky here. There's a bit of a, wait a second. Are you just saying that because it's what I want? You think it's what I want to hear, right? You're going to get a lot of that. Now, I'm not saying everybody's doing that. That's not necessarily true, okay? But you're going to want to make sure, is what I'm saying, all right? Mars in Taurus slows down, gets things done right, all right? It's not a half-assing energy. Most of the time, we're inclined to believe bullshit that's told to us, whoever tells it to us, because we want to believe it. It sounds good. It makes us feel all warm and, oh, that's wonderful. Everything's going to be great, he said. You know, okay, you know, could you be more specific, maybe, and offer some data? How about that? That's what this energy's about. Okay? You're saying the same thing to somebody coming in. They're saying something you always wanted to hear. It makes you very happy. I'm sure it's lovey-dovey. It's got cups. But there's a split here. There's a sort of, is this all pie in the sky? Right? Because this person's past, in the past, this person, Six of Cups, has shown you that maybe they offer a lot of lip service, but it doesn't necessarily come to pass. You follow? Now, in a separate read, this connection, I can tell you it's probably, what they're telling you is probably okay. I would definitely consider who someone is in the past, though. Someone's already showed you who they are. Now you get a chance to believe it. But you do have a new love coming in anyway. Somebody opens up to you. You got a new chance at love, but you also have, some of you also have something brand new that's showing up. And you might be, another way to read this might be, somebody brand new shows up and they got all the right words, but you're sort of thinking back to the past and going how you got burned before. Again, use this Mars in Taurus energy to dig a little. And I'm almost tempted, every time I say it, I'm almost tempted to say Mars, Venus energy, because they are blended. Mars in Taurus and Venus in Cancer are working beautifully hand in hand. All right? So you're not just researching in a dickish kind of mode. You've got some compassion to you while you're doing it. Okay? You're not being an asshole. You're just acting in enlightened self-interest, right? You're being what I call creatively selfish. You're being selfish in a way that doesn't hurt other people. You just want to make sure you're going to be okay. You like what you hear, but you want to find out if it's right, you know? Or if somebody's just paying you lip service, because that's what they do in the past, right? Okay, let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. Very interesting. It's going to be a fun energy. I like Venus in Cancer too. That's one of my favorite energies. I tracked that back in my own life Many, many years. Something always happens. Somebody new comes into my life, or something pops every time Venus is in Cancer around that time. Yeah. Let's see where we go. Let's shuffle the deck. First card out's before the cut. It's why the fuck are we here? So why the fuck are we here? Right? Okay. All right. Let's find out. Four of Swords. Healing, 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 healing. It's also a bit of self-protection. It's what I said. Right? Be careful not to protect yourself so much that you turn this into a void. You know what I'm saying? Okay, be careful about that. Let's cut the deck. Let's see where we go. The Queen of Cups. Okay, whoever this is that's coming in here for this reading, I'm just going to read this way. It's the most love I can pull from the deck. It's a big love. It's a one who got away, or it's a family member that you have a lot of love for, a high-level family member, you know, a parent or a close sibling, something like that. But generally speaking, we'll keep it lovey-dovey. You know, you're all snowflakes, but we'll keep it lovey-dovey. This is a big love. This is, if you're trying to figure out who this is about somebody you would like to have unconditional love for. But the past has shown you that you have to be cautious. All right? You have a chance to heal that here. I think it's more than just Mars and Taurus. I think with the new moon, Mars and Taurus, Venus and Cancer, and Mercury and Gemini, you blend them all together. They're like the 5 lions of Voltron. Except in this case, it's, well, is it 4? Yeah, it's 4 in this case. It'd be 4 lions that form Voltron. So he's missing a leg. But other than that, you know, it's fine. Let's see where we go. It is what it is. They all come together to form a super robot, basically. All right, here we go. Let's shuffle the deck. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. But, well, what the hell? You know, maybe he's missing an arm. They did it like the Bionic Man, 2 legs and 1 arm. Right? Anyway. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. You know, it happens. It may have already happened for you. It could too. Time flow. There's no time in the energy. So for some of you, this is all already happened. For others of you, it's future influence. I mean, I think it goes without saying. I don't talk about if it's already happened, it's already happened. But I'm mostly talking to the people where it's for now and or it's future influence. Go either way. You know. When I say there's no time in the energy, I mean there's no time in the energy in either direction. It's all there. Everything that's ever happened or ever will happen has already happened, and it's all happening at once. Well, basically, the whole universe is a great big hard drive, basically, if you want to look at it that way. All the data is there. We're just down on a certain file right now. We're at a certain point. That's all. All right, here we go. Which is why time travel is possible in either direction. Although, as I said in a recent reading, it's probably going to be done, the way they're researching it is with the mind. You know, you won't be there physically, but you will be there in spirit. Anyway, 2 of Pentacles is the overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table. I have got to pull a regular reading on this. It's important. If nothing else, it ties to the new moon reading, which I think I pulled. Did I pull a regular? I don't remember what. I have no idea. Can I see what's under this? Yeah, these are small. This is unreal. Someone's figured something out a while ago about you. I'm going to phrase it this way so it makes sense. The way the overall energy reads, someone's figured something out a while ago. They learned something. Maybe they've been spying. This is one of my bigger cards of spying, and that type of frequency is here. Anyway, they've been holding on to it for a while, and they can't hold on to it anymore. Mars will give them the strength to say it. You, on the other hand, based on this person's past, might be like, well, they've lied to me, you know, X number of times. Maybe I should look into it. So whatever they tell you, feel free to look into it. That's what Mars and Taurus is going to want you to do. But they figured this out a while ago. So if they tell you, you know, I was just thinking, it's a lie. Okay? This has all been planned out. It is what it is. And maybe even rehearsed. It's possible. All right. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. But, I mean, that happens everywhere. Everything's rehearsed, you know. Everything's planned out most of the time. I mean, if you ever had a job and worked for a company, you know that. You don't just do stuff off the cuff. Hey, let's invest in this company over here. You know, you do some research, you dig, you learn some things, etc. Somebody is very frustrated, though, as they talk. The Mars is still Mars. Even though it's in Taurus and it's calmer and slower, it's still Mars. It's still a hothead. Keep that in mind. It's just a calm hothead. Sort of like me on Valium. I'm a hothead, but if I could get some chill, kind of mellow out, I'm still a hothead, but it comes at you a little less hot, Right? Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's the 3D energies around this person. Right here's their soul. This is the hidden energy message from the universe. Red, the energy of your connection. I'm sure of that this time. And right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. I will clarify everything through some universe cards at the end. And you bet your sweet asses we're going to extend this one because I got nothing but karma right there. I got nothing but something about that pop off. I got transformation. It's a big reading. The new moon, this reading, and the next two are big, big readings. Do what you want with them. I don't care. I'm looking forward to pulling this shit. Glad I get some time off in between them. The magician, the energy around your connection right now. I want to say the generic, there's a transformation about to happen. But it's more a case of what I hate about the read I hate on the magician card. They've got all the tools they need. Mars is giving them all the bravery they need. Somebody's got all the bravery they need to come in here. It's the masculine side. It's the DM side. They've got all the bravery they need. Okay? Okay. But there is some karma in play. There's some karmic debt that's pushing on the energy as well. We'll learn more as we clarify. Let's go. Let's see here. 3D energies around this person. The 7 of Wands. Yeah, they're ready to fight. They're ready to fight. They're ready. They can't take it anymore, Steve. I got to tell your viewer. Okay. Okay. They figured something out. What'd they figure out? I don't know. But they're getting real a little bit. I say a little bit. I mean, they're still hiding some things with a high priestess there. But yeah, they're getting real. They're good. They're ready for a fight. They're good. They're ready. You might say, well, that can also mean, this card has a lot of meaning. It's the 7 of Wands. It could be defensive. It could be high ground. It could be somebody ready to fight. It's somebody ready to fight. I'm only drawn to the flame. It's on. Okay, good. Flame on. All right, here we go. Their soul is here. Soul energy. The heart of who they are. We can also include heart chakra in here too. Somebody asked me about that. Sure. Because the soul feeds the heart chakra, and then the heart chakra feeds the ego. When the heart chakra is shut down, the ego doesn't get the message from the soul, and you get a maniacal asshole, a psychopath, or a narcissist, or both. Like I said, the heart chakra is Google Translate for the language of the soul, which is different from the language of the ego. It's an easy way to look at it. There's more going on than that, but why overcomplicate things, right? You could dig deeper from there if you want to. My job is just to point you in a direction. That's a simple explanation. It's all you need. To be honest, 3 of Wands. I mean, they're ready to fight. They're ready. Everybody's on board. Soul's on board. The heart's on board. The ego's on board. The soul karmic debt's ready. Somebody's already written the check on it. They got all the tools they need. They got a pen. If they need to write you another check for the soul, for the karmic debt, I mean, they're ready to go. It's everything I said. Okay, good. We're getting a nice baseline reading here. Okay. Message. I don't know what's going to fall here. I usually by now have an idea. I don't. It bothers me. Hidden energy. Message from the universe. What does the fickle old gal universe won't tell you? Oh, this is good. This Ace of Pentacles. You've waited. Whoever this person is, you've waited. Well, you shouldn't have been waiting. You wanted this for a long time. Okay? This confrontation. This coming at you. This new chance to move in a new direction. This karmic debt getting resolved. This person showing up, telling you something they figured out a long time ago has been a long time coming. Backs up my read on this. It's the universe just backing me up. I said they figured this out a while ago. They figured it out a while ago. They've kept it hidden. Not quite sure how to tell you 7 cups. A lot of frustrations built up. I know that anyway because of this. Round and round. They've been holding on to it. This backs it up. They could have been going a lot faster. It's grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour energy, right? You can go, any car made goes faster than that, I mean, even a Yaris, Right here is the potential. Potential final outcome. I saw one parked on the street the other day. I laughed. I was like, oh my God, I'm always mentioning those cars. It's unreal. All right. I don't know what's it. I'm going to just take a... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, you might want to... We might want to take a commercial break here. Oh no? Okay. Potential final outcome for you is justice. I'm not going to give the black cat and the white cat have a conversation. Duh. Whatever happens here, you get what you've wanted. I think this feels to me, a lot of times, think of this as court. Okay? A lot of times in court, what are we trying to do? When somebody's on the other side, you got a prosecutor, right? And they're trying to get somebody to admit something, aren't they? Right? They're trying to corner them so that they have to say at some point up on the stand, okay, fine, I did it. That kind of a thing. You get somebody to admit something here that they really are nervous about admitting. It's very interesting. You corner them in some way. I don't think it's you being devious. I don't think it's anything you say or anything like that. I just think it's more a case of Mars and Taurus, where this person's used to saying something. This might be somebody who's used to saying things to you or other people, and people just take it at face value and go for it, right? This is very much a fact-checking energy, and that's going to rattle people like this person that's coming towards you because, well, it's true because I said so. They're that type of person. And that's, it's true because what are you, fucking God? No, it isn't. It not necessarily, I always encourage people, if I give you a fun fact to fact check me, go for it. I fact check while I'm editing to make sure that oh my God, I said that, I made sure I was right, always. And I'll delete it if I'm wrong. I'll edit it out, or I'll put a line and correct myself a little bit. Anyway, you get someone to admit something. Let's clarify. Let's talk about the magician. It's a good energy for the DFs in this cycle. It's not necessarily a comfortable energy for the DFs in this cycle. You get what you want here. You get a win. And I think we'll find out where that win goes when we clarify that. But right now, you got some karmic debt here. And this person feels like they need to do this right now. They're ready to fight. Heart's on board, soul's on board, ego's on board, everybody's on board. And but they've known this for a while, right? Which leads me to believe that maybe if you do corner them with words, you say something along the lines of, this is something I should have known about a while ago, don't you think? Right? Those are always cornering words, Oh, it is what it is. All right, here we go. Let's see where we're at. All right. What did I say? Rewind. I said there's karmic debt here, didn't I? It's karmic debt. It's the devil. There is. It's the main energy that's showing up. I was kind on the surface and saying they have all the tools they need. They do. They feel like they got everything they need. And I said there's karmic debt back in this. There is. It's being called in here. They're almost feeling, what does that do? Usually when there's karmic debt about something, it's sort of like this guy here, who doesn't want to look at this guy, right? But he feels like he has to. He feels like he's moving one hand away. He feels like he has. It's something you're doing that you don't want to do. And while you're doing it, you're asking yourself, saying to yourself, I can't believe I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? What am I doing? Right? It's a bit of that. That's karmic debt. It could be anything. It could be something positive. You could be banging your best friend's wife and going, why am I doing this? Or husband, why am I doing this? What am I doing? There's some sort of karmic debt there. It's not that you're a bad person, if that's what you start feeling. It's something that had to happen for karmic debt payment reasons. There's some karma, probably from past life. It could be from this life. Who knows? You guys have a lot of karmic debt. I'm just going to tell you right now. This person right here feels like they have to do this. What's on top? The King of Cups. Somebody's going to reveal some big, heavy feelings to you. But they're also going to keep some of it quiet. Right? I think you get them to admit what they're keeping quiet as well. I think that's what this is. This is about getting someone to admit something. Why is that here? Two of Wands, I tell you right now. They might try to say something along the line. This is something they've meant. I'll just put it. They might say they've meant to tell you for a long time. They might. But this is, the cards are just, the energy's just reading. This is something they've meant to tell you for a long time. Okay. That's all. They've meant to tell you for a long time. There's your devil. Underneath your devil is your strength card. Right? This is unreal. This is someone's heart. This is driven by a higher power. There's a lot of heart here. It's a lot of just somebody's. It's not so much love as it is passion. It's very interesting. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. This explains the fire, right? Tell me about the Seven of Wands here. They're ready to fight. They're ready for you. Ready to fight for you. Not fight you. Fight for you. All right, Seven of Wands. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Do it. Knight of Cups. They're ready. What did I say? Rewind. It's exactly what I said. That's the environmental energy around it. I'm drawn to that. They're not defensive. They're ready. They're ready to fight for you. That guy, he's ready to fight for you. What's on top? The King of Pentacles. They want to make things right. They want to right or wrong. Okay, why is that here? The Ten of Cups. There's a whole lot. Again, they want to right or wrong. They're under. Can I look at the High Priestess again? There's a hidden. I don't want to call it a hidden motive. I just think this person's a little bit delusional as I blend this here. I think that the wrong that they perceive isn't the same wrong that you perceive. It might be that. So you might easily be able to get them to admit two things. The thing that they're coming to tell you and the other thing that you've been waiting to hear from this person or wanting to hear. Okay? There's something else. They're missing something. Okay? With the High Priestess is the bridging energy. Hold on a minute. Before you go in to straighten something out, make sure you're going for the right thing. Right? All right, here we go. Three of Wands. Three of Wands. Why is that here? Okay. All right. 10 swords. Yeah, the Three of Wands is about moving in a new direction. Somebody's making a big change here. Their heart's on fire. I really feel, I wouldn't have mentioned the heart if, things happen for a reason. I usually just stick with the soul here, but what's so tough? Yeah, the King of Swords, they're ready. I mean, this is oh, man. What is that? The Knight of Cups. This is a spiritual gangster energy. Can we phrase it that way? I've heard that phrase before from some of the kids out there on YouTube. I don't use it ever, but it fits here. Okay, if that helps you. Okay, this is a spiritual gangster. They're on the heart chakra king on board. This is a King of Swords with a shit ton of heart coming at you. But I think they're missing something. It's okay. It's more humorous than bad. Okay? I think everything works out for you here with whatever this is. Now, this may all have stemmed from something you said to this person. This is also a student. It's possible for some of you to try to help because there's thousands of people watching. You're all different. Maybe you said something to this person. You thought it was maybe a little harsh. You felt bad about it, but you realized that they thought about it. And they held on to it, and now they, again, this is all about them admitting something. So whoever that applies to for you, even if it's admitting they love you, or admitting they want to bang you, whatever it is, or admitting they did something negative. It could be with the devil here. Could be the karmic debt. This person's been stealing from you, right? You get them to admit it. But you have a lot of love. It has to be someone you care about, right? Sometimes if we care about somebody, we let them do stupid things, hoping that they see it, hoping that they figure it out. All right, we do that with kids a lot, right? But let the kids make a mistake. Don't let them fall over the cliff, but let them screw up, so they learn. All right, Ace of Pentacles. Page of Swords. You didn't think this would ever happen. I think you thought this person, how do I, there's like three ways I could phrase this. So you might be any one of the three. You could be all three. I don't know. Okay, so I'll just go this route. One, it could be you thought this person was spying on you this whole time, and you might find out that you were right. That's very mild. That's no big deal. You also might think, in a second energy that's here a little deeper, that this person's saying things that they read on you. Like, in other words, you did a tweet that you all of a sudden have a new hobby and you love this and this, and you think they read that and they're playing on that, right? You might be a little skeptical, kind of a thing, all right? And the other energy is you just thought this would never happen. You're in a state of disappointment when this energy shows up, which can lead to surprise. So allow that to happen, you know. You're not sure this is, you see what I'm saying? You're like, I never thought. I think that's probably the one for most of you, right? Sometimes we run with it. Sometimes we run with things. It's like a hypochondriac, right? They run with a symptom and they go with it crazy and crazy and crazy, and they, you know, and then they find out everything's actually okay. So I don't know. Maybe you were paranoid about this person. Maybe you ran with it somehow. There's a very childlike energy about how you interpreted what happened here or what will happen in the future. I don't know. But that's just the way the environmental energy reads. It also reads everything is fine. Everything was always fine. So however that plays out for you. What's on top? The Chariot. Yeah, here we go. Somebody's got diarrhea of the mouth here. They're running. There's a lot more liquid than land. There's a lot more liquid than solid. Diarrhea of the mouth of how they feel. Why is that here? The Ten of Pentacles. I mean, their intention, I feel like I was going to say to get in your life. I think they have planned this. If you're the one who thinks that that this is scripted or they took it from your thing, I don't think they did that. I think they figured something out and have been holding on to it for a while and mulling it over. It could play out that it is that they, you know, planned this all along. It feels very scripted. It feels like something they read in your blog or in your whatever that you write, you know, or they heard it from a friend of yours and now they're using it. It could be that. You think that they're just trying to get in your pants or into your life or to come over and pet your golden retriever. Whatever it is, right? I don't think that's the case. I think you need to be careful. I think you're fine. Don't run with it like a 12-year-old, okay? This is one of those situations where I would give the advice, just let it play out, okay? Just, I get it. I know where you're coming from, but let it play out. Yeah. They're coming in with the intent of getting in your life, all right? Or pants, one or the other. Justice. But I feel like I should add the word back into your life. And that word back, they're coming in with the intention of getting back into your life. The word back comes from the Six of Cups that was in the pre-shuffle. That's what pops into my mind's eye there. All right. Justice. A little bit of that energy. So they were here before. They probably messed up. Or they said a lot of things. A lot of times we give up on people because they say things and then nothing happens and, you know, whatever. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. All right, here we go. This person there probably still are a little bit, but this energy was at some point an opportunist. There's no doubt about that. There is no doubt in my mind. We're all opportunists to some extent. I know, but this person racked up a lot of karmic debt with that devil. They're being forced to look at some of their worst or bad traits, if you will. Some of their worst traits. So let's talk about your final outcome. What's the final on this for my people? What is it? The Five of Pentacles. You get this person to admit something. The environmental energy is the Five of Pentacles. But again, why is the Five of Pentacles here? It's what I said. These are read with these. I think it's that energy where they think they're solving one problem, but they're missing something. You're going to get them to admit what they're missing. They're going to come and tell you, I'm sorry for blah, blah, blah. And you're like, well, that's great, but I'm more interested in blah, 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 right? And you're going to get them to admit blah, blah, blah. Right? So like one of my best friends is a doctor. He always tells me all the time, people come in for one thing, right, that they think is a big deal. And that turns out to be nothing. but he finds something else that is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of that kind of thing. Which is probably why people are afraid to go to doctors. It's like, I'm going to show him my thumb and he's going to find something else, you know. But that's the same type of energy that's here. You know, they're convinced that their issue is over here. The issue for you is over here. I think you get them to admit the thing that they're missing. Environmental energy. You get to point that out. But what about that thing sitting over there under that icy tree? What's on top? The world. Wow. What? You get them to admit something. You almost feel like you've jumped time. You may say to yourself, Jesus, if I jumped a timeline, I don't know if Jesus is going to answer you or not, but if he does, he'll probably say yes. Okay? You know, it is what it is. Why is that here? The Five of Cups. There's a lot of fives are where change happens. You might say, well, Steve, these don't look good. There's a lot of cold and this poor girl sitting outside in a barren wasteland. Yeah, I got you. I think it's a mermaid. It could be a girl in a mermaid costume. You know, she might be in one of those water shows. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. Maybe she just got fired. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe she shouldn't have been smoking weed in the restroom before the show. I don't know. I don't know why she got fired. My point is, yeah, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, devastation, destruction, cold. Hello, in the prime position. Why is justice here? The world. Yeah, out with the old, in with the new. You get some justice here. Justice is happiness. You end this very happy. Somebody else, on the other hand, it doesn't go the way they planned. But it's still a happy ending. It's just for them, it doesn't go the way they planned. For you, it's a whole new thing. You get to finally talk about the elephant in the room. You know, you're all happy because we're solving this. I've been sad and feeling out in the cold. You're missing this. I've been sad because of this. And we talk about that. You get them to admit something that they didn't even know they were there to admit. That's the fun part. It's very interesting. Happens all the time. It happens all the time. All right, let's go. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. Definitely communication here. I say definitely, but I can't predict free will. But all of this has to play out through communication. This isn't something you find out from your friend Janelle secondhand or, you know, reading their social media. I got the World card. Hello. I got the World card here, the most powerful card I could pull. And it's an upright energy and it's very auspicious. All right? It is. The clouds are clearing away. You've almost got, as I say that, I got the World card, the most powerful card I could pull. It's very auspicious, upright. 2 of Cups. The Chariot, the card that represents this soulmate cycle for me. And crossing the Chariot is the card we started with before the cut, the 4 of Swords, which is healing. You're healing. You have an amazing opportunity to heal a connection, to bring 2 soulmates together, solve a shit ton of karmic debt in this energy. I could keep going with the obvious. Yes, a whole new world. Then you move forward with this person further, or you can move forward by yourself within the soulmate cycle. Yes, because this is Cancerian energy. But I want to go deeper than that for you. What's under this? The wheel. Yes, that's it. You have a chance to heal a soul connection here. But in order to do that, you're going to have to, I'm going to use the phrase, flip the script a little bit on this person when they come in. All right? That's all. I mean, it's going to play out differently for all of you, but you're going to have to flip the script on this person. They're coming in for one thing, but I think you've got something else to say, and it keeps coming up with these damn cards. They don't want to talk about it, but I think you would get them with the King of Cups. You get them to admit and open up. That's a 9 of Wands that's there as well. I can tell you a couple of things about this energy. I think this person needs you to forgive them on some level. They need that forgiveness. I think you'd be wise to give it, but I also think this energy is going to this energy will make you skeptical. It will make you, prove it on everything somebody says. So in other words, this person shows up and they say, I love you. I figured it out. I love you. And here I am, Knight of Cups. In an ideal world, right? Let's just use that as an example. You might come back with the response, prove it. You know, you need to be a little bit more relax the dead. Just quietly in the background, assess in your mind how this person's been in the past, what they've said in the past, and is this different? Is what they're saying now different than what they said in the past? In other words, in the past, when they told you they loved you, they said, hey, baby, what's your name? Need your bills paid? And now they're coming out crying, I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. There's no, hey, baby in there. There's no, you want to get your bills paid. There's no smack on your ass cheek. There's none of that. So do a comparison. That's how you sort of fact check something like that, right? Or are they just saying what they said last time? It may have worked. I don't know. Maybe you like your butt cheeks slapped. I have no idea. But it's not going to work this time. You're going to need something different. I think they show up different. But I'm encouraging you to take a look at it. So it'll put your mind at ease. It'll help with the healing. That's your reading. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. I want to try to figure out. I got Knight of Cups twice. Try to figure out what's going on here, how this person feels. Maybe somebody new is coming towards you. I don't know. And we'll pull on you and see what you're up to in Mars and Taurus. If you want the extended, there's a couple of links. If not, that's cool. Don't worry about it. It's there for you if you want it. That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.